MSC 2026 isn't just about the tournament favorites or the teams expected to lift the trophy. Sometimes the most unforgettable story belongs to the squad that refused to let its journey end before the main stage even began. This year, that story belongs to Team Falcons MENA. Instead of receiving a direct ticket, they were forced to battle through the brutal wild card, where every match carried elimination stakes. Against relentless international competition, they survived the toughest route available and captured the final main stage berth. Now they arrive with momentum, confidence, and perhaps the biggest opportunity for redemption that anyone at MSC 2026 has earned. Welcome back to Mobile Legends News. MSC 2026 has become one of the deepest international tournaments Mobile Legends has ever produced. Every region has arrived stronger. Every qualified team has legitimate ambitions, and every mistake can instantly end a championship run. That makes redemption stories more meaningful than ever, because there are almost no easy paths remaining. Simply reaching the main stage now requires consistency, adaptability, and resilience under immense pressure. Team Falcons MENA embodies that journey perfectly. After earning their place through the wildcard instead of a direct qualification, they now have a chance to transform what began as the tournament's hardest road into one of the greatest comeback stories of MSC 2026. Every international tournament has its favorites. There are the reigning champions, the regional kings, and the teams everyone expects to make a deep run. Then there are the teams whose journey begins long before the spotlight of the main stage. At MSC 2026, no team represents that struggle more than Team Falcons MENA. Unlike many of the tournament's biggest names, Falcons didn't arrive with a guaranteed place among the final 16 teams. Instead, they entered the wild card, where every series felt like an elimination match. There were no second chances, no room to slowly adjust to the tournament environment, and no luxury of dropping games while experimenting with strategies. Every draft, every rotation, and every objective mattered, because a single bad performance can send them home before the main stage even started. That pressure is what makes their journey so compelling. The wildcard is designed to be unforgiving. Official tournament rules make it clear that only one team would emerge with the final main stage slot. That means every participating squad is effectively fighting for survival from the very beginning. While other qualified teams could spend the opening days preparing specifically for their main stage opponents, wildcard teams first had to earn the right to stand beside them. That creates a completely different kind of mental challenge. Every match carries enormous emotional weight. Lose focus just for a few minutes and months of preparation disappear. Players have to perform knowing that there is almost no margin for recovery. Coaches must prepare for multiple opponents in a compressed schedule while constantly adapting between series. It becomes as much a test of resilience as it is of mechanical skill. Team Falcons MENA embraced that challenge. Rather than allowing the pressure to overwhelm them, they used every series to build confidence. Their victories weren't simply about staying alive, they were about proving that they belonged at the highest level of Mobile Legends competition. Every successful draft showed preparation. Every coordinated team fight demonstrated discipline. Every objective secured under pressure reinforced the belief that this team deserved to be part of the main stage conversation. Winning the wildcard wasn't simply checking off another tournament requirement. It represented surviving the hardest road into MSC 2026. That distinction matters because qualification paths influence how fans and opponents view a team. A direct qualification usually comes with established expectations. Winning through the wildcard creates a very different narrative. Instead of entering with assumptions about their strength, Falcons earned every bit of respect one match at a time. Now comes the interesting part. History has shown that teams entering international tournaments through difficult qualification paths often develop something incredibly valuable: momentum. While directly qualified teams may still be adjusting to the tournament environment, wildcard winners have already experienced high-pressure elimination matches. They've tested their communication under stress. They've adapted to the tournament stage, the production setup, and even the intensity of international opponents. By the time the main stage begins, they aren't easing into the competition, they're already battle-tested. That experience could become one of Team Falcon's MENA's biggest advantages. Of course, the challenge only becomes harder from here. The main stage features some of the most respectable organizations in Mobile Legends esports. Teams from the Philippines continue to carry championship expectations after years of international success. Indonesia remains one of the strongest and deepest competitive regions in the world, and other emerging regions have steadily closed the gap through improved infrastructure, stronger domestic leagues, and increasingly international experience. Breaking into that elite group requires more than just confidence. It requires proving that the wildcard wasn't the peak of your tournament. It was only the beginning. That's why Team Falcon's MENA's redemption story extends far beyond simply qualifying. For the organization, this is an opportunity to establish itself as a genuine international contender instead of a merely regional representative. Success at the main stage would validate the work invested through the season and demonstrate that the team can compete with the world's best when the stakes are highest. For the players, the journey carries even greater significance. International tournaments shape careers. Strong performances can redefine how players are viewed across the global mlbb community. Instead of being remembered as competitors who narrowly fought their way into the tournament, they now have a chance to become players capable of upsetting established favorites. That shift in perception can happen surprisingly quickly. One impressive series against a championship contender can completely change public expectations. A disciplined back row performance against a world-class opponent can earn respect from analysts. A signature play under pressure can become one of the defining highlights of the tournament. Those opportunities now exist because Team Falcon's MENA refused to let their tournament end in the wild card. The redemption story also carries tremendous importance for the MENA region itself. International events are about more than individual teams. They also influence how entire regions are perceived. Every strong performance helps build credibility. Every upset challenges existing assumptions about regional strength. Every competitive series sends a message that the gap between regions continues to shrink. A deep main stage run from Team Falcons would represent more than one organization's success. It would showcase the continued growth of Mobile Legends esports within the MENA region, and reinforce the idea that elite competition is no longer limited to a handful of traditional powerhouses. That makes every upcoming match even more meaningful. The pressure hasn't disappeared simply because they reached the main stage. In many ways, it has only increased. Now, every opponent will study their wildcard games. Every weakness will be analyzed. Every drafting pattern will be reviewed. The level of preparation they'll face is unlike anything they've experienced so far. But perhaps that's exactly what makes this redemption story special. Falcons have already survived the tournament's most unforgiving qualification round. They've already faced matches where elimination was only one mistake away. They've already proven they can handle immense pressure while the entire world watch. Now, they enter the main stage with nothing handed to them, and everything still left to earn. Whether this story ends with an early exit or a historic tournament run, Team Falcon's MENA has already transformed its identity. They are no longer simply the team that started in the wild card. They are the team that conquered it. And if they carry that resilience into battles against the tournament's biggest names, their redemption story could evolve into one of the defining narratives of MSC 2026. The biggest redemption story at MSC 2026 isn't centered around a defending champion reclaiming its crown or a superstar silencing critics. It's about a team that had to fight for relevance before it could even compete for the championship. Team Falcon's MENA earned every step of its journey by surviving the unforgiving wildcard and claiming the final main stage berth. That alone makes them one of the tournament's most compelling underdogs. But if they can turn that momentum into a deep main stage run against the world's elite, their journey won't just be remembered as a qualification story. It could become the defining comeback story of MSC 2026. Now, I want to hear from you. Can a team that fought through the wildcard become the biggest story of MSC 2026? or will one of the tournament favorites steal the spotlight? Let us know in the comments which team or player has the strongest redemption arc heading into MSC 2026. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Mobile Legends News, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest mlbb tournament analysis and updates. Till next time.